How's it going, old schoolers? You are kicking it old school at Russell J.S., and I am your host, Russell J.S. You're taking a look at me right now. You're probably thinking, okay, what's going on? Why is it he's wearing an AC/DC hat with a Kiss t shirt? This isn't adding up, man. I mean, shouldn't he be wearing a Kiss hat? Or maybe he should be wearing an AC/DC t shirt? Nope. Right now, I'm showing loyalty to both of these bands, two of my favorite bands that I grew up with. I am doing a track album versus album, song by song. What am I talking about? Them boys from New York City, smeared in black and white, black leather. They went ahead and they showed you they were working hard and worth a deuce. They hung out with all the strutters and got the strutters on a black diamond, and they rock and rolled. They taught us how to rock and roll all night and party every day. You wanted the best. You got the best. The hottest band in the world, Kiss Destroyer versus the Thunder from Down Under, the boys from Sydney, Australia. G'day, mate. Throw another shrimp on the barbie for AC/DC, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. Or as they say in Australia, ACDAC. Thing about this album, it was released and pressed in 1976. It did not come stateside until 1981. At that point, Bon Scott had already passed away, Back in Black, ripped up the charts, and they were getting ready to tour in support of For Those About to Rock, We Salute You. But this album right here, a nice collection of songs, just like Kiss Destroyer, they were both released in 1976. But this one right here didn't come to the United States of America until 1981. And they are gonna duke it out against each other. Which is gonna be the better album? And I also want to remind you, if you're new to the channel, feel free to hit a like, subscribe, leave comments in the box down below. Please don't be hateful, don't be nasty. I mean, we're all fans of these two bands. And you know what? I love these bands equally. I'm showing you right here. So without further ado, let's see how these bad Oscars rank out, shall we? All right, here we go. Kiss Destroyer versus AC/DC Dirty Deeds. Let's see. Detroit Rock City versus Dirty Deeds. I love both these songs. I love them. I cherish them. I mean, just that raw power with the power chords and the Chuck Berry, Keith Richards style guitar soloing. So you know what? I have to go ahead and I have to give them each a point. Kiss and AC/DC get 1 point each. King of the Nighttime World versus Love at First Feel. I got to go with King of the Nighttime World. God of Thunder versus Big Balls. I love both those songs. I mean, that's the one song that Gene Simmons sings, even though it's Paul Stanley. That's that one song that, where Gene is, the god of thunder. There he is, the demon face paint, spitting blood, breathing fire, has every woman submissive to him. Oh, yeah. But you know what? I also love Big Balls. And, I'm not going to discriminate. AC/DC and Kiss each get a point. Okay. Great Expectations versus Rocker. Flaming Youth versus Problem Child. Let me think back to Flaming Youth. I got to figure something out here, Yes, this is an original. Oh, it was written by all three, Ace Frehley, Paul Stanley, and Gene Simmons. It had a great guitar solo and everything like that, but you know what? Gene and Paul kind of were putting their egos to it. So I got to go with, oh man, no, wait. Ace. All right, I love Problem Child. And I love, you know what? Flaming Youth and Problem Child. Ace wrote on it, so I got to give them each a point for that. Sweet Pain versus There's Gonna Be Some Rockin'. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with There's Gonna Be Some Rockin'. Shout It Out Loud versus Ride On. You know, it's kind of a little bit slow for AC/DC's taste. It's a decent tune, but wait, let's see here. Hold on. I think I made a mistake when I actually I thought there was 9 songs on Dirty Deeds just like Destroyer. Oh, whew. Well, I made an honest mistake, but you know what? I'm going to throw in an extra bonus on this one. I'm also going to give credit to producers, which we got Bob Ezrin, producer, and George Young, Angus and Malcolm's older brother, producer. And we'll get to that one. All right, here we go. Shout It Out Loud versus Ride On. Yeah, as I was saying before, I've got to go with oh wait, hold on a sec. All right, where am I messing up here? Hold on, people. Yeah, you know what? Heck it. I'm going to put a producer in there as well for a bonus. I mean, I wanted to do this one right here. So in fairness, because there's only 8 songs on this. Wait, no. Oh yeah, I forgot. Duh. Here's what I forgot. I forgot to write down, let's see. Ain't No Fun Waiting Around to Be a Millionaire versus Shout It Out Loud. You know what? Shout It Out Loud takes the win for that. Beth, now we got 2 slower songs. Beth versus Ride On. You know, sometimes when it comes to the power ballads, it's writing about how, you know, this artist and the singer, he's wanting to serenade a girl, or he's sad because he lost that girl and he really loved her. And I can't say that Ride On, that's more of a kind of a slow, bluesy kind of tone. I mean, almost sounds like Blues Brothers in a way with Bon Scott. You know, the first time I heard AC/DC was Bon Scott, and I thought Bon Scott sounded a lot like John Belushi when he sang. But, you know, with this one right here, Beth is going to take the win. Now, Do You Love Me versus Squealer. Yeah. Squealer gets this one. And you know what? I'm still going to go over with the producer. Bob Ezrin versus George Young. I mean, George Young was really great at the fact that he, you know, helped his brothers to superstardom, you know, producing their records for them in the early days. And, you know, I mean, AC/DC is still going on with that raw power that they've had since their inception in 1973. But Bob Ezrin, the Kiss's main goal when the four of them got together, they wanted to be the next versions of the Beatles. They wanted to be, the heavy metal Beatles on steroids. And the way Bob Ezrin produced this record, I mean, yeah, sure, he was probably on a lot of drugs, and Ace was on a lot of drugs, and Peter was, it was the crazy 70s. What can I say? But the way Bob Ezrin went ahead and produced this album, I mean, to me, this is like, I can't determine whether it would be Kiss's answer or maybe it looks like Marvel Comics' answer to the Sgt. Pepper record. Just look at that. I mean, look at how cool that cover is. I mean, yeah, Bob Ezrin had nothing to do with that, but, just the production of this record alone. Now, don't get things twisted. They did a really good job with this record as well. I mean, granted, this album didn't come stateside until the early 1980s, but you know what? It was still a decent record. So therefore, I've got to go ahead and I got to go ahead. I got to give the final point to Kiss. Bob Ezrin, congratulations. You just helped Kiss win this battle. Now, fellow AC/DC fans and fellow Kiss fans, please don't get mad at me over this. I mean, sure, I messed up a little bit when I was, when I was writing the list down of all the tracks for both albums. But, I was excited to do another kind of video like this with Kicking It Old School. And, I've got something in waiting that I just ordered from Amazon, some little old school tidbit to do with the gaming again. It'll be here soon. It should be here by Saturday, which, I'm trying to be careful as much as I can when it comes to ordering anything online, but I'll be sure to do a review on it. Well, anyway, that is my take on Kiss Destroyer versus AC/DC Dirty Deeds. As you can see, here's the results right here. The score is right up above the titles. Kiss 8 points. AC/DC 7 points. So anyway, yeah, I actually am really enjoying when I make these videos. I mean, one of the things I want to talk to you about is, well, we know that Kiss just had their final show at Madison Square Garden for the End of the Road tour, and I really didn't want to go at all, even if they were to come here to Florida. It's like, with all the drama that's going on with Kiss, I mean, former band members against current band members, everybody's writing a book and they're telling their side of things, and it's just a real mess. It's because Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley, they do know how to make drama. They want to feel that this is their band, but you know what? If it hadn't been for the original two drummer and lead guitarist, this band would not have existed. And I know there's a lot of you out there who are Tommy Thayer fans and Eric Singer fans more than you like them more than, Peter, Chris, and Ace Frehley. Oh, they earned their spot and blah, blah, blah. They've been in the band the longest. But you know what? You cannot beat the original four. I mean, Peter, Chris, and Ace Frehley were part of the band's, establishment. Okay, they helped co-found this band. And you know what? This band went on for 50 years. I mean, to me personally, if I have to go without Ace and Peter and Kiss, I'd rather the Bruce Kulick and Eric Carr years over Tommy Thayer and Eric Singer. I mean, I lost a lot of respect for Eric Singer because he had been in the band before the reunion tour and everything like that. He did replace Eric Carr when Eric Carr passed away. And he played on the Revenge album, and he played on Carnival of Souls, Kiss Unplugged. I mean, the Kiss conventions, the whole Kiss. And you know what? He's a decent drummer, but when the money was there, he went and sold out. He sold his soul because when the money was right, yeah, he went for it. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, if the money was right, would I join Kiss? Yes, I would. But you know what? If it required me to be in the makeup and the black leather and the black spandex, I'd rather come up with my own persona. Okay? I mean, Vinnie Vincent had his own persona, and so did Eric Carr. Yeah, sure. I mean, the only reason they took off the makeup because it was a different time. It was a different era. I mean, I bet if, Peter Criss and Ace Frehley stayed through the whole thing, they would have gone through the transition of taking off the makeup then as well. And who knows what the original Kiss would sound like in the 80s during like everything from Lick It Up to Revenge. Who knows I mean, we'll never know. We won't ever know. But, there's a lot of drama going on, I don't even want to get into it because there's a lot of politics involved, not just with the band members and people associated with the band members past and present, but there's politics going on within fans, and I just don't want to be a part of it, okay? Kiss is one of my favorite bands, and they always will be one of my favorite bands. So will AC/DC. So will Anthrax. So will Megadeth and Slayer and Guns N' Roses, the Misfits, the Ramones, the Sex Pistols, Nirvana, L7, White Zombie, Pantera. They'll all always be my favorite bands. And Van Halen, all of them. They will all always be my favorite bands. Well, at any rate, that's all for this this track by track. I hope you enjoy it. Hit a like, subscribe, leave comments in the box down below, and ring the bell for notifications for future videos to come out. And also, check out the weekly narc. I'm getting ready to go back into doing that again. I have to do a part 2 of the video Obligation, which I put out last weekend. So, there's a lot of work in progress. I mean, I'm working 2 jobs and everything, so, I'm trying to balance everything, man. But, at any rate, like I said, if you're new to the channel, hit a like, subscribe. Yeah, don't mind the way my hair is. I just got out of the shower a while ago. And, my hair is real stringy like this when it's wet. But, but remember, like I said, like, subscribe, leave comments in the box below, ring the bell for future notifications, and also I have to end the video with what I usually end it with. Keep it chill, keep it fresh, keep it real. Get you enough. Get you enough of anything your heart desires. Get you enough of love. Get you enough of peace, hope, tranquility. What makes your day, be good? Play some Pac-Man, play some pinball, listen to AC/DC, listen to Motley Crue and Black Sabbath and Van Halen, listen to some Pantera and Guns N' Roses and Nirvana. This is your old pal, Russell J.S., also wanting to wish you all Godspeed, and may the force be with you always.